radio button control is very similar to the checkbox control with one big difference, and you'll see that in a moment. Radio button controls allow the user to choose from a list of options. What's different from the checkbox control, however, is that only one choice is allowed. Like the checkbox control, when checked, it is set to Boolean true. Unchecked, it is a Boolean false. The properties are very similar, almost identical to the checkbox. We have a name, which is a unique ID to refer to a specific control in code. Checked, it's a Boolean value. The default is unchecked. There's a font property. I generally specify the name, the size, and bold, true, or false. Location property, you can put this radio button or this group of radio buttons anywhere you want. The X is the horizontal position on the form, the Y is the vertical position on the form. And there's a tab index, the sequence or order in which the control will get the focus when the user hits the tab key. So you can tab from one radio button to another. The default event is the check changed event. It causes code to be executed when the control is checked or unchecked by the user. You can elect to use it or not use it. Let's take a look at all this. On this form, I'm going to place a radio button. I double click on it, and here it is, sitting right there. I can easily change the properties just like I did with the checkboxes. I'll use Hungarian notation here and do RAD for radio button. I'll call this loud. And then I'll set the name property in the checkbox to loud. I'll also change my font, at least the properties of the font. I'd like it to be bold, and I'd like to set it about approximately let's go with 10. I'm then going to copy this property, this particular control, and put two more on the form. And we've got here is two more radio buttons. None of them are checked. Take the middle one, and I'm going to call this thing Rad Medium. And I'll set this one right here to Rad Soft. I'll then change this property in the text value to be soft. And I'll go to the middle one here and make that one medium. I'm going to take the medium, the loud button, and change it to checked. Here's a check property. I can change that to true. And now it's set that way. I'll do a file save on this and run it very quickly. And it comes up with all three buttons on the form. If I click on any one of these, the other ones uncheck. So only one can be checked at a given time. Now, generally these things are done in groups like this, so you want to put a container around it or put them inside a container. And I'll choose to use, in this case, I'll use a group box. I'll put my group box on the form, expand it a little bit, grab these guys, and move them into the group box. This allows me to take the group box and move it anywhere I want on the form, and I'll also be able to name the group box. I'll call this volume. And I'll set that property, the font property, to bold. And I might want to set this thing to a 12, make it even larger. And there it is, volume control is sitting up here. And I'm going to go to the head to the media button. I'm going to double click on it to create the Rad Medium event. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say if Rad Medium dot checked, and if it's checked, I want to say message box dot show medium is checked. I'm going to say else, and I'm going to say message box dot show is unchecked. Oop, my M is missing here. Put that in. Good to go. Save it. We'll run this again. You can see that I now have a volume control and all my stuff is in it, and I can click on medium and we get the message box is checked. Click on that. Now hit soft. It comes up with medium is unchecked. That fires again because this changed. The medium button actually changed. If I jump over to loud, I didn't do any checkbox controls for those things, and any check change events for those, so they can go back and forth and these all I want. But I did set it up for the medium, so anytime I check it or uncheck it, I get the message saying medium is checked. Coming off of it, medium is unchecked. That's it. That's what the radio button does. Very useful tool. It gives the user a chance to make decisions on his own. So it's like a visual if statement.